Beat It AT, what up? Beat It AT, what up? Beat It
What's going on, my brodies? It is Andrew of Beat It AT Production and Publishing, bringing you guys a brand new YouTube video. In this YouTube video, we are going to be making a Juice Wrld beat. And we're going to be doing this tutorial from scratch, except I have some chords. So, I'll give you guys kind of like an insight of what I'm working with. I spent some time just coming up with like a base fundamental structure of chords. So, here's the chords. It's D minor. Nothing should be too out of the ordinary. I'll go ahead and play it for y'all so you guys get a clear understanding of what we're working with. I'm just using FL keys right now to get that melody right, and then we're going to transition this into a new sound, add a bass line, and then get the drums going, lay it out, probably add some new sounds and do some mixing along the way, and I will kind of explain everything. However, over at beatitat.com, as well as this YouTube channel, we have a whole bunch of resources for you guys to understand this information in case if you are still struggling, as well as I will respond to the comments. So you guys, whenever you guys have questions, just leave a comment. So it's just something real basic. We're going to go ahead and switch it out real quick, though, with Omnisphere. For those of you guys that don't know, Omnisphere is a third-party VST or plugin, which is pretty much a good tool to emulate various synths. It's a really, really, really good tool. You can create your own sound patches. It does not come with FL Studio. For those of you guys that might be wondering, you guys could go get Omnisphere from Spectrasonics. So we're just trying out some different sounds I got. I don't know if this one's going to be the one. I have a feeling it won't be. Iffy. I'm gonna let it load because it's still loading that sound. The drums I'm using are from the AT Drum Kit 3, available over at God, I cannot talk today. Over at beatitat.com. But I'll also be using some free drum kits from beatitat.com, like the Elena drum kit. It's like one of my favorite claps. But it might be a little too jumpy. So we might have to stack it with something from here. So just gonna route these all in the mixer. So it might be a little bit much for this to render. So I'm gonna be right back and bounce this out. So what I just did was actually just bounce the Omnisphere only. So you can see I right clicked right here so to solo it. And if you guys can see up there, that's my CPU. That's because of Omnisphere. So what we're gonna do is delete it, but I copied over that the chords into the sampler, which doesn't have anything. So that's what we got right now. But I will go ahead and so now we got it right here. See? So we might switch that up as like a breakdown section, use the half speed. I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. And we're gonna get an EQ. So those hi-hats are really plain, so let's add some excitement to them. I'll probably just work in the first half section real quick. First, just because it adds the rhythm, so when I go ahead and do that 808, it won't just be, there won't be like no rhythm, because the 808 is going to be like the bass line, which is going to be enacting as an instrument in some way. So if I have these hi-hats, a clap, it's going to kind of create everything in measure type deal. Now I could technically do that with the 808. I don't need to do all of that, do all this without the 808, but it's just the way I like to do it.
So a lot of these I like to just test and try different hi-hat patterns. And you can see I'm doing it on even patterns.
So yeah, that's not bad. So I just selected everything and then Control B just to copy and paste it over here. And then we might just do like an additional. I'm gonna go ahead and see. Do we have snares in here? No, but we got these, and we'll use these instead. The percussion rim. So I don't know if we're gonna use this 808. As you guys can see, I'm getting rid of that delay, attack, decay, sustain, and release. So it, when I click it, it doesn't linger on. A lot of beginner producers and beat makers do that, not knowing that that sample, sorry I didn't mean to bump the microphone, not knowing that sample every time it's triggered is going to play that full loop, so when that 808 hits again it's going to be like all wompy, and we don't want that. That's trash, straight up. So we're going to go ahead and cut that. Around that 100, 110 is a good sweet spot, but we don't want too much mud, so we're going to get rid of those like 20. Cool. So as you can see, we do have that key in here. It's all about let's pull that back. So we can keep that one going from there. So I'm gonna probably loop it once we get that first 4, but then we might change the last one. Boom. So I'm gonna get Camel Crusher real quick. I'm gonna turn off some of these settings. Or turn them down. So we get a little bit more of a nicer impact. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a kick. Alright. I like to do this sound goodizer on my kick, but before it, I like to do a little bit of an EQ. It's a new trick I've learned. Make sure we're not overdoing these 808s. Sometimes people can overdo these, so let's what I'm gonna do is copy over these kicks with the adjustment. We're gonna get rid of these 808s after. Alright. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put a limiter at the end of our master, just so we don't go over any 0 dB. I'm going to pull this down. So we got a decent, like, one melody. So let's copy that and paste it and call this melody 2. And we're going to change, we're going to insert another sound. So let's pull it massive, something a little bit lighter weight. How much time are we in? Alright, so we're going to come up with another sound. So something ambient. So let's try gross beat with that. that last high note. There's like a little bit of ambience. So I'm gonna get rid of all these notes. We're gonna copy over another instrument for these chords. That should work. So I'm gonna do an omnisphere. Hopefully we don't have too much CPU being ran. We get this ARP piano. Sometimes if you get an ARP melody or a melody that has an ARP in it, it can help create these other melodies because it's arpeggiating and kind of going up and down or in and out of velocity, which would create its own little rhythmic pattern. So yeah, we're getting another CPU overload. So this is what I'm gonna do. Check this out. I'm gonna balance this out again so we don't have so much lag. Now I might have to. So I'm gonna move these up to. Changing that key now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some other sounds to complement it. Maybe we should do a reverse. So let's get, I'm adding a crash now and I'll kind of go through. I know I'm kind of jumping around now. So I apologize for those that are new to making beats. I'll explain everything. Just please bear with me. So we could get, I don't want to use up more of y'all's time. I'm going to definitely be cutting down this video so you don't see all this monotonous, but doing this slow. And we can even then do a make unique. Since we have these in actual audio format, we can reverse it. Maybe we'll get a cool effect like that. And then on the second end, we were gonna do that gross beat. So I'm creating an automation clip. Pull it back. So I'm just gonna make sure now we're gonna add one more hi-hat in here. Alright. So this is gonna kind of give you guys a basic foundation. I'm gonna go say producer tag right there. You would put your producer tag right there. Alt T, intro, chorus. Bridge, verse, So I did Alt T to put a tag, Alt T, marker, and I kind of labeled it like a really rough way of doing it. I grabbed one of these FX. So we got like a lead in, like a reverse. This would be where you would put your producer tag right in here. And then up here would be our drum pattern. Make it. Wonder if that So I mean, we could change up some of these notes so they aren't going so up and down. You just want to be careful with clashing frequencies and such. So right now I'm going to go to my master real quick. Just pull this back. Just shave off those lower ends that don't matter too much. Very subtle. Then that little divot around like 1/10. So in here, if you go up here and make unique, it will create a separate pattern. So if I changed up this one, it won't affect other ones. So every time it says pattern 4, pattern 2, pattern 3, pattern 1, those are all different patterns in which we could do different things to that section. And I kind of did it, arranged it in this beat that all the patterns for the most part are just drums. And then over here with that melody too, it's kind of like that other, it's like that massive sound. Just some different stuff. And then when we mixed all these ambient moody melodies, I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick little sound goodizer. I like to do just a little bit sound goodizer. A little bit. Don't do too much. Please don't do this on your master. Just you can use a little bit. It adds a little bit of saturation. And I like doing it for that. But besides the point, over here, reverse, and it comes into our pattern, transitions over here. And then this was that one sound, but this is reversed. And with this in the gross beat, but without the gross. And all I did with the gross beat was went over here. When this was, we had it pulled down all the way. I just created an automation clip. And with the automation clip, it's kind of like a clip. It's like a area where you could draw, pretty much how you want it to turn on or turn off. So I have it turning on around here, and it turns off for the rest. And on is up, off is down. So if it's colored in, like how you see it's colored in right there, see if it's colored in, that would be essentially when it's on. So pull it back, and let's do some, go through and do some quick little mixing. So this is that snappy rim perk. We'll just do a little bit of a boost in that high range so it comes out a little bit more clicky. I want to pull down that hi-hat actually. We could always just do it here. Into the bridge right here. So yeah, that'd be, I guess it would be a vibey Wrld type beat. It wouldn't be something. It wouldn't be like a single. This would be more of something I would hear like a drugged out Zanny Wrld. I don't know if that's. Don't do Zans, but it kind of got that very floaty vibe to it. So, thank you guys for staying through this. Hopefully, it was somewhat beneficial. If it was, leave a thumbs up. If it wasn't, let me know what I could have done better. But, gonna be coming back with you guys with a whole bunch more new tutorials, different type of tutorials. It'll be tutorials kind of like this, where we start up a beat from nothing to something and turn it into something, I guess. That made no sense. But we're going to be making beats and I'll be explaining it. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and play this beat.